Next topic. My wish list for Gen 8. Let's put some smiles on our faces. So let's start off. Experience share. First on my wish list. It's going to be fast and simple because I already spoke about the experience share and I went on a massive rant about it. It's the single worst thing about Pokemon. Not the single worst thing. It's the worst thing about the new Pokemon games in general. So I'll make it quick and easy. 2 solutions to this. Either get rid of the current experience share and go back to the original. Simple, easy, right? Second solution. Keep the original experience share, give it to the players after they beat the game, or better yet, for those who can't beat the Elite Four, give it to the players after you beat the 8th gym. Bing bang bosh, easy. Alright. Yeah, so the next thing on my wish list, and it sounds really weird, but hear me out on this one. Pokemon is an RPG. I want to have side quests in this RPG. A well thought out side quest. Right, this goes back to the story. Leave less story for the mainline quests, your mainline duties, and put thought into these mini little side quests. Put the story in the side quests. That'd be so much better. Would it not? It's optional. You can have you have many cutscenes as you want. We know Game Freak loves the cutscenes in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Keep the cutscenes. Put them in the side quests. Make them optional. Now, what is the purpose of these side quests? TMs. Make the TMs more exciting to get with these side quests. Make it so these side quests give you evolutionary stones rather than buying them from the market. All right. Like you can give them like the items that evolves the Paragons. You know, really cool. Like the you can use the side quest to unlock the area for the Rossum forms. You know, all the different form items. You know, to put them in side quests, make them more exciting to get. Put some actual thought in the story of these side quests. All right, next thing. It's going to take me a while. I'll try to be as fast as possible because I've already had a little rant about this, right? But the end game, my wish list for the end game, bring back the Battle Frontier. Right, just bring it back. The Battle Frontier is the best end game Pokemon has ever had, in my opinion, ever. Right? Now, in the Battle Frontier, I like the idea in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Pokemon Sun and Moon wasn't all bad. I fucking hate those games, by the way, if you didn't know about in like the little rant section. But in Sun and Moon, you got the Mega Evolution Stones by doing the fucking tree, right? But make it so you get the stones or the like competitive held items by doing the Battle Frontier again. Right, that sounds cool, and I don't really have to go much into the Battle Frontier for people to agree with me. I think, on the most part, most people, not all, I'm not going to admit all, because I've been stating my opinion as fact way too much, but most people agree that the Battle Frontier is the best endgame Pokemon's ever came up with. Right, so other endgame things. Next thing, I don't know how many of you actually played Pokemon Stadium. Put a Pokemon Stadium in the new Pokemon games as endgame. You can have the Battle Frontier or Pokemon Stadium or both, right? How awesome it would be if you had both. Right, listen to this, right? Anyone who hasn't played Pokemon Stadium, there's building in Pokemon Stadium where you have to do 4 different tournaments. One tournament is Pokemon between level 50 and level 55. Another tournament is baby Pokemon, so they're like level 1 to 5. Another one is just anything goes, is level 100. And then I think you have another one with level 100s where it's, I think it's like level 30, but it could be another level 100s where it's not anything goes. It's like the battle towers sort of thing. But then you have the trainer tower. Bring back the gym leaders for the gym leader tower. Bring back old gym leaders. There's plenty of reason you can shove that in the story easily. You can shove that in the story easily, right? But I have like mini games and all that stuff, right? But make it so you can actually walk around it, like we couldn't do in Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, right? Just make it so you can walk around this awesome area as a Pokemon Stadium. It'd be awesome as well if they actually threw it back to the original, like the original Pokemon Stadium, made it so they brought that back and you can actually walk around the original Pokemon Stadium. Now, what are the rewards? Again, you can, if you don't have the Frontier, just bring back the rewards, what I said for the Battle Frontier. But if you have both, right, make it so in the Battle Frontier you could get the Mega Evolution Stones, and make it so in Pokemon Stadium you could get the Sea Stones, and make it so like in Pokemon Stadiums you could get Pokemon. Make it so you can get the starters, other starters for different games with the Pokemon Stadium. How cool would that be? How cool would all that be? It'd be so awesome if you're not just using your best Pokemon. You have to build a team of level 5s, the best level 5s you can get, of different level Pokemon, not just level 50s and above. You know, how awesome would that be? You know, and then make it so you can, in the, like, as I said, what the stadiums, anything goes. Anything goes. You can use your Ubers in these competitive scenes in game. How awesome would that be? Another end game thing I want to see, and this is not going to happen at all. It's not going to happen. And I can see a lot of people not really caring about this, but this ties in to the end game and the online aspect, right? Where the online has pretty much been the same with the end game sort of thing, where it's just online battles. I mean, they did advance it so you don't always need a friend code to battle against people, but you still had to have the friend code to battle against a specific person, I believe. I completely forgot. It's been a while since I actually played Pokemon, to be fair. But what about guilds? You know, in any, this is going back to like the RPG sort of aspects, you know, but since online is an MMO RPG, where if you played any MMO, there's been guilds, clans. It's been under different names. I played Final Fantasy 14. Final Fantasy 14's the guilds are called free companies, right? So have it so you have these Pokemon guilds. So, and then you give your guild a name, and you can have players join your guild. And then these tournaments could be guild versus guild, and then your guild can have rankings, right? And now listen to this as well. You know, in the Pokemon Sun and Moons, there were these like little like power-ups where you can have like your it's better catch rates, faster egg hatching like things. Have it so you can have all those back again, but you have to be in guild to get them, and then your guilds can earn points and buy them. I know a lot of people wouldn't care for it, but it's just something I came up with. I thought it was a cool idea. If it didn't, it's in my wish list, but I don't really care for it. I really, me coming up with this is just an idea how they can expand the online aspects. I mean, I think everyone wants them to expand their online things, the online functionalities of the games, but a lot of people, I'm not saying all people, a lot of people don't know what they want and how they want it. I imagine a lot of people do, and they know more. They know better than me what they're talking about, you know. But Pokemon guilds, it sounds cool. You can have like a guild called Team Rocket or something. It's awesome in my head. But as I said, it's on my wish list, but I don't really care much for it. I just want them to expand and have a better online function. I want them to make me want to buy the Nintendo Online, alright? Because if it's just the battling and the trading, then I'm not going to buy Nintendo Online still. I have no reason to buy it. I want them to actually expand it so much where I'm just making shit. I need to actually buy Nintendo Online. But I don't know. So let's just move on, right? Next wish list. Oh, by the way, when I was talking about before I was talking about the online thing, I was talking about the Pokemon Frontier and Pokemon Stadium. I went on a rant with the Pokemon games being too easy. I do not mind the Pokemon games being easy if they have a challenging end game. I don't mind at all. As long as they have a challenging end game, I'm fine with the Pokemon games being the storyline being easy. All right. I just want to get it out there because my next thing on my wish list is a hard mode. So I'll rant about the games being easy. But if they have the Battle Frontier and about Pokemon, and the Pokemon Stadium, then I don't care for a hard mode. But if they don't, give us a hard mode and reward the players for doing the hard mode. Alright? Clearly, if you had a hard mode, you have more experience. So that's one bonus, isn't it? Make it so it's easier than the easy mode to get like evolutionary stones. Make it so you can get like more TMs and shit, man. I don't know. Just give a player a reward for making the game harder for themselves. That's all I want to see. Okay? But I already went on a rant, but I think a lot of people as well want to see a hard mode. But I don't want to have a hard mode where all it's going to do is make me grind and just make me grind and take longer to beat the game. I want to be rewarded for it, not just for a better time. Because by the end of the day, I want to have a competitive team. I don't want to spend too long trying to get the competitive team. Okay, so so I want you to be rewarded for doing the hard mode. I want you to be rewarded for doing something hard, making the game hard for yourself. That's all I'm asking for. Okay, right. Next thing, and a lot of people are going to hate me for this. I hate myself for saying this, by the way. I hate myself for saying this. I put a lot of thought into this. Right. Block. I can't believe I was going to say this because I hate myself for saying this. I'm getting so much hate for this. I'm hating myself. Block Pokemon bank transfers from previous gens. I said it. Alright, I said it. It's not a popular opinion. I know. Okay. I hate myself for saying it. Reason being. First of all, I've got two reasons really. First of all, there's so many hat Pokemon because of the Pokemon transfer. I mean, it's not just for that, but I don't want the hat everyone and their grandma's hat Pokemon, apart from like the minority, really. And actually, that's I know people get really specific on like YouTube and stuff. I'm going to upload this to YouTube, but the minority hack, the majority don't hack. But the people who got their Pokemon legit get absolutely kicked, like have their ass kicked because someone hacked their Pokemon and didn't put any time and effort. Where the people who put their time and effort in get the bad end of the stick. I don't want this Pokemon transferred. Second reason, right, is solely because Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon. That I know a lot of people like this for the shiny hunting aspect, but fuck me, that warp hole on like little minigame thing to get all like literally near enough every single legendary that ever existed sucked ass, right? I mean, did anyone feel special for running into a Entei or a Mewtwo or anything? No, they fucking didn't. They didn't feel special at all. They just did a little minigame and he got it. That felt like a fucking ROM hack to me, man. I want everyone to run into a legendary again and make it feel special. You know, you think, crap, I haven't got that legendary. It was like, oh wow, they put a lot of time in this cutscene. It's been building up to this legendary. Not, oh, I accidentally ran out of energy, went into a warp hole, and actually I got a Mewtwo. Man, you know, I want it to build up to it. I want it to be hard. I want it to feel special to run into legendaries again. That's too much to ask, but what they could have the most magnificent cutscene and a magnificent build up in the world to get a legendary Pokemon in this new game. But say it's a Mewtwo or something and they did it, I will not feel any excitement because I have like 10 Mewtwo's at this point. It's ridiculous. Right, so that's my reason for getting on Pokemon Bank. I'm just going to get rid of Pokemon Bank, and it's no point me going over the facts why people want to keep Pokemon Bank. I want to keep Pokemon Bank. I want to transfer my Pokemon over to this game, like everyone else. Like, I don't know what I know what I'm saying, but I don't like what I'm saying. But it makes so much sense. But let me just get on to the next point, which ties into that. Mystic events. I want there to be events for Mystic Pokemon, right? I've actually seen people say this before. I want it to feel special for having catched a legendary Pokemon. I want it to feel more special for catching a Mystic Pokemon, not having a guy in fucking Walmart give it to you. I mean, it's the Pokemon, but it's called Walmart. I'm not even American, I'm calling it Walmart. Like, I think that's enough setup for that. I want there to be a new zone, like maybe a cutscene. I want the Game Freak to put some effort in their Pokemon game. That's what I'm saying. Like, look at Gen 4, Jesus Christ, they did handle Mystics like perfectly. I mean, you could say, oh well, it's not actually perfect, but look at the limitations they had on that console. So on the DS, so they handled it really, really well. Let's say not perfect, but really, really well. I want them to up their game. I mean, a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, who cares? Who cares? I mean, is it weird for someone to want a company to release to up their game, that release a better version and get better over time? I mean, this is a Switch game, for fuck's sake. It's like, come on, I want a better game. I mean, not that right. This Nintendo charges a stupid amount for their mainstream games anyway. This game's gonna cost over 60 quid in game. So if I'm spending 60 quid, I want a fucking good experience. I don't want the same old shit, you know. I want Nintendo to I want the Game Freak to up their game. So, alright, next thing. I'm getting more negative again. So let's go into this. Trainer customization. Alright, there's two things I want from this. I want you to actually be able to customize your default trainer. It's experience. It's his. I can't pronounce the words. His appearance. There we go. That's the word we're looking for. How the hell can I forget the word appearance? But yeah, his appearance, right? I don't want like a Skyrim sort of like customization, but I want it so you can adjust the height, maybe adjust the age. I'm 23 right now, you know. Maybe I don't want to play as a 10-year-old, you know, but I don't care if I'm playing as a 10-year-old. I actually don't really care. But change the hairstyle, change like the facial features, just change it. I don't want to choose our full default characters. Like, give me the freedom to change it. Notice that, right? Next thing I want is more customizations with what they wear. I want more costume customizations. I know a lot of people said Sun and Moon, brilliant line of clothing and stuff. I thought it was crap. That amount of customization options in an RPG, you have to remember the core genre of this game is RPG. If you got that in any other game, you'd be like, this is shit, there's no customization. Why is it any different for Pokemon? The customization options for your costumes in Sun and Moon was shit. It was shit. I want a proper I want to have too many options. I don't want to make the best of what I got. I want too many options. Okay. Next thing, housing. So we've had housing before in Pokemon Platinum. I really liked it, but it wasn't that good. I liked it. I want you to have a house and customize it any way you want. Alright, wallpapers, put designs and stuff. I want the aspect of the Pokemon hidden bases in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire and the remakes, but in house form. And make it so you can visit other people's houses after you connect it with them online. How cool would that be? It just gives some substance to the game. It's not important, it's optional, but I think a lot of people would like that aspect if that was in a Pokemon game. I know I would. I know not everyone would, but it's an optional thing. You don't need it. So is the hidden bases. I think the hidden bases are great. I even think the Pokemon Platinum house was great, even though you couldn't move the furniture. You bought the furniture and it was just like stuck in one place. But I want housing. I want my 10-year-old kid to have a house again. Like in Pokemon Platinum, he had a fucking mansion. I want that. I want a mansion. I think if you could afford a mansion, you should buy a mansion. But just my opinion. Right. Next thing, I want them to go back to Megas. I want them to add more Mega Pokemon. Maybe a few C moves. I think that just pad out the game just a little bit, not by much, but just like, you know, pad it out a bit. Right. Next thing on my wish list is an actual rival. I think a lot of people have been wanting this for a while now, and Game Freak's not been giving it to us. And a lot of people are like saying different things to what Game Freak said. I don't believe everything I see on the internet, but just give us a rival that he doesn't have to be a dickhead. Make him be like overconfident, overcocky. He doesn't have to be a dickhead, but if he's a dickhead, the better. Make his battles hard. Make it a challenge to beat him. Make it feel like you achieve something for beating him. And then to top that off, if he's a dickhead, you wanted to beat him in the first place so hard. You know, make it feel so good to beat your rival. Make him a challenge. Make him a dickhead. Make you want to fight him. Make you struggle to fight him. That's all I ask, Game Freak. It's not hard. It's like it blows my mind why this is not in games. It's not hard to program. It really isn't. There's no excuse for it. Like, and then like people could give excuses for Game Freak as well. It's like, come on, guys. Like, this is Game Freak not listening to their audiences. If a game company is not listening to their audiences, they should be criticised for it. You should be making excuses for them, right? They've done it before. They've done it before. Look, Blue. It blows my mind why it isn't in the game. Why they have not brought it back. And I want them to pull it off right with the difficulty. My last thing, it probably won't happen, but I like to see it, right? So I did talk about maybe Ireland being like an end game area. I don't see this happening, but I mean, and the reason I don't see this happening is the fact that I think Game Freak is a lazy gaming company, right? But Carlos being a second region you can go to after you beat the game. How awesome would that be? Even though I'm not a big fan of X and Y, 2 regions are better than 1. We already know this. I know I got my bias. I know I got my bias because my favourite Pokemon generation is Generation 2. But please, Game Freak, just do it again once more, man. You don't need to give me the Battlefront 2. You don't need to give me the Pokemon Stadium. Just maybe travel to Carlos again. Make me revisit that region, man, in a better light than I had in Pokemon X and Y. Please. And that will give, if they did, that gives you more excuse. It gives them more excuse to make more megas. You know, that'd be awesome. Right, I'm going to end off the podcast here with my final topic. What I'm looking forward to. Right, I didn't mean for this podcast to get way too like negative, but okay, we've done it. We've been there, we've done it. Right. I am looking forward to it being this region being based in the UK. I generally am. I wanted this when I was a kid. Now I'm an adult. I'm just as happy, actually. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm not going to buy this game on day one, but I'm looking forward to this game coming out. I generally am. I've been bitching about it, but I'm just your average Pokemon fan. Like, I really am. I'm just an average Pokemon fan. And the reasons I complain so much is because I'm so concerned. I'm just so upset at how a game I generally love this game, has been treated, you know? And I'm not saying Game Freak has to make a Pokemon game perfect for me, like I'm the solo audience, but they have to, man. I mean, another thing I'm looking forward to is they already made Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, right? And I feel like that game was for the beginners. So I'm looking forward to a Game Freak that's like, yeah, we introduced the beginner game. Now let's make the next, like, a more difficult game. I'm looking forward to that, right? I think Game Freak already like mentioned something like that before. So hopefully this is not an easy game, but I'm looking for like the mindset of a Game Freak that isn't trying to cater to the idiots who don't know how to play Pokemon, right? And the final thing I'm looking forward to is sitting back on my sofa on a big ass screen playing Pokemon and just relaxing and playing Pokemon on a big screen. A mainstream Pokemon game, not a stupid thing where you pretend to throw a Joy-Con at a screen. A genuine Pokemon game. Well, I will probably buy this game, and if I do, I'm going to spend over 500 hours playing this game. Either way, just building a team. And I'm looking forward to the experience of just sitting back and playing the series I love. Alright, I'm really apologise for being so negative this podcast, but I truly do love Pokemon and the series and all the memories it brought me, and I am looking forward to this game. Pokemon Sword and Shield, I pray to God that you become a game that's revered as the best Pokemon game that ever came out. So I am going to end off the podcast here. I'd like to thank anyone who popped in and watched. I'd like to thank Mr. Chris for following. I'd also like to just thank everyone for listening to my views, even if you didn't agree with them. And just listening to me, you know. It takes a big person to listen to a view nowadays that they don't agree with. I know I don't agree with a lot of people. I know a lot of people don't agree with me. But thank you for staying here, listening to me. And I will see you on the 14th of April, where I'll be streaming again on YouTube, Twitch, and DLive. And I will be discussing the overall concerns I have with 2D MMORPGs. And I got a lot to talk about that subject, so I'm really excited about this subject. I'm really excited for starting this podcast. So I'd like to thank everyone again, to the bottom of my heart, for coming in, listening, and I'll see you again 5 PM GMT time on April 14th. See you guys, thanks a lot, love you.